What up? Welcome to my comic book haul out here in Denver. I'll be that Sequential Geek. Welcome to this little part of the hood. I went over to COBALT Comics at 5494 South Parker Road. Small place in a strip mall. Great customer service. Another shop that does not disappoint. Just check this out. This will be a quick haul. This is a reprint of the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, Triple O, and BT1. Triple O has this ancient personality matrix. It's like evil, sadistic. She ends up inserting it in that model of droid, protocol droid, and then you got this assassin droid, like a evil version of R2-D2. It's all their first appearance. It's a reprint, so this came out a year later after their first appearance version of Free Comic Book Day and Halloween Comic Fest. You got 2016 Halloween Comic Fest, written by Kieran Gillen, art by Salvador LaRocca, and that cover is by Adi Granov. Alright, so that last comic I got for $3, and this one I got for $10. It's the Virgin variant for the Star Wars. This is the comic book adaptation of George Lucas's script for his original version of Star Wars. That's why they pretty much made his likeness on the cover there. Looking up the year that this came out. Cover date is September 2013. And that cover is by Nick Runge. General Luke Skywalker, Kane Starkiller is in it, Princess Leia, C-3PO, Anakin Starkiller, R2-D2, Chewbacca, Darth Vader. Those are the characters listed at comics.org. From Dark Horse Comics, Lucas Books. Alright, next up, this is one of those flip books that I got. How much did I pay for this? $7. Excuse me. They're all in, man, all the condition of the books that I found were like near mint, very fine plus. And what do we got here? Marvel Heroes Flip Magazine, issue number 14, came out, cover date September 06. And it's got 3 reprints in it. Collects New Avengers number 14, House of M number 3, and also Young Avengers number 1, which, you know, is becoming hot. And when I saw this type of reprint, I figured something that gets overlooked a lot, had a low print run to begin with. The print runs of comics did start to increase around 2005, 2006, definitely by the Disney buyout. Was that 2008? So it's first appearance of Young Avengers, right, the whole team. Asgardian, Billy Kaplan, later becomes Wiccan. First appearance of Hulkling, which is Teddy Altman. First appearance of Iron Lad, real name Nathaniel Richards. First appearance of Patriot, Eli Bradley, whose grandfather is featured in, is it Red, White, and Black? That limited series that came out when Axel Alonso was kicking ass editing those books. First appearance Kate Bishop, later becomes Hawkeye, and first professional comic work of Alan Heinberg. Martial arts comics are overlooked. It's a genre that is totally unexplored today. Bruce Lee number 1, newsstand copy. What year are we talking here? This pencils is by Val Mayerik, Mayerik. The script is by Mike Barron. Pencils by Val Mayerik. Inks James Sherman. So that is from cover date July 1994, Malibu Comics Entertainment. What did I pay for this? This then Yeah, if there's no price tag on that, I got that for $2. The thing with Cobalt comics is they do not have a dollar bin or a 50-cent bin. They had a lot of these $2 comics, so I had to cut my pile in half. It adds up fast. Yeah, still sealed in the bag. Check it out. It's still got the card. Neil Adams. Newsstand. All right, so what was this? 10 issues. Started June 1993 and ended May 1994. Seeing if I can get some info here on the first issue. Pencils by Neil Adams, inks by Neil Adams, colors Joe Schettino. Sure, I tried that one. Schiettino. I pronounce it like Schettine. No. Yeah. Script Neil Adams and Pete Stone. Pencils Neil Adams. Inks Continuity Studios, which is Neil Adams' company. I ended up running into that company when I was in New York City in May 2018 when I was getting training, stopping by offices, doing just systems administration work in the lobby of this one building near the Fashion District. I saw Continuity Studios, Neil Adams. To make a long story short, I used up an extra hour from my lunch hour to wait in his lobby just to meet him, shake his hand, get the tour. Bought a bunch of stuff. Some original art, sketch drawing. He did a Batman on this piece of work, this print. I think I showed it in one of my past vids. And it was amazing. It was kick-ass. I missed the Detroit Comic Con that year, and Neil Adams was going to be there, and I ended up meeting him that day. The 2 weeks I was in New York City back in May 2018. Yeah, in comics.org it says, T-Speak, I'm going to run you and your drugs out of this hood because Mr. T is in the house. I didn't say that. That's from comics.org. All right. There was also an appearance of Mr. T in January 1985 in National Lampoon magazine, Volume 2, number 78, which it states here at comics.org. The story art is by Adam Kubert, and the name of the story, the script is by Tony Kish. It says Mr. T in quote, G marks the spot. And the synopsis is Mr. T is on a rampage to improve the city's sexual satisfaction. National Lampoon Magazine version, Volume 2, number 78, from January 1985. FYI, this one is from June 1993. Moving right ahead. I love these dark mirror stories. I'm not that much into Star Trek comics. This came out covered April 2017. And it's just basically takes off from Star Trek, the original series. Back in the day, it was called Mirror Mirror. It's the 4th episode of the 2nd season of the original Star Trek series. Written by Jerome Bixby, directed by Mark Daniels. It hit the airwaves first on October 6, 1967. So it looks like this comic actually came out basically 50 years later. So it's a continuation of the consequences of that episode of this like evil alternate universe. And of course they have goatees and don't wear sleeves. And they're always in contention. The artist here, this is issue number 2. This one I'm going to read. So David Tipton, art by J.K. Woodward. So I like this art. Say what you will, but looks like somebody's trying to attack Picard. And now check out the foreshortening right there of that knife being thrown. They do that. So Picard takes the knife out of his boot, kills this dude. Don't worry. I'm not going to give too much away, but there's a lot of that badass. See right there, that foreshortening too, like when he throws the chair. So they're going at it. Of course, you get to see some throwdowns. In the other dimensional mirror universe, there is no united federation of planets, only a cruel Terran empire where advancement comes through assassination, brutality is commonplace, and kindness is a weakness. The Terran empire is on the last legs in its war with the Klingon-Kardashian alliance, but Captain Jean-Luc Picard has learned of a final chance for victory, a revolutionary new Galaxy-class starship that could turn the tide of the war. The ship is called Enterprise, and Jean-Luc Picard intends to take it. Mirror broken. IDW. See if I can see how many issues this ran for. It ran for 5 issues. They got all their variants. Subscription cover variant for number 1 looks pretty dope. Alright, moving right ahead. Alright, let's get a move on here. So yeah, this was for $2, and this was also for $2. Direct edition. Marvel and DC present, featuring Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans, written by Chris Claremont. The cover and interior art is by Walt Simonson, inks by Terry Austin. Of course, Tom Orzechowski does the lettering. Glynis Wein is the colorist. Darkseid revives the Dark Phoenix to help turn Earth into another apocalypse. This, okay, I rebagged. I'm going to say I paid $20 for that, to be honest. Yeah, some people might say that's overpriced, but if I don't keep banging it around enough, I would say it's in a very fine plus near mint condition. Thank you very much. For me, it's worth it. I've got a new stand of this, and then I got my original, which is all banged up. It's such a great read. I know it's been reprinted several times, so it can't be that hard to get in the dollar bin, some discount bin. Robert Kirkman, writer. Kyle Hutz, the artist. It's a direct edition. This is a one-shot. Black Panther 2099, 22 pages. Doom invades Wakanda, and a new Panther must emerge to drive him back out. You've got Black Panther 2099, Kashamba. Cover date November 2004. That cover is Pat Lee, pencils and inks. Awesome. What did I pay for this? Now this, I don't have the original bag. I think it was $8. $8 or $10. Newsstand. Very fine, near mint. Well, no, we got some cracks in the spine. Right there, there, there. It's not so bad. Mike Zack did the pencils. And that's cover date May 1986. And this originally was a 4-issue miniseries. So when this came out, it was a huge surprise to all us geeks. Didn't have the internet back then, so Yeah, there really wasn't a way to get much of an update on changes like this. Same thing like with Transformers. I think that's Shockwave's first appearance is Transformers number 5. All right. Some water. My mouth is dry. Punisher's first appearance, I wanted to note, is from Amazing Spider-Man number 129 from February 1974, created by Jerry Conway, John Romita Sr., and Ross Andrew. Get this. I paid $5 for that. Basically cover price. In my video from December, I've got the collected edition hardcover. It's like a treasury edition size, pretty much. Steve Niles wrote, Bernie writes it in the art. It's a continuation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This one is from the first issue is from May 2012. This is the 4th issue. So the story concluded on January 2018 with this final issue, issue number 4. The Invincible Iron Man, number 80. Finally saw some Kirby goodness here. I got this for $12. Corner right there. There's a little bit of a bend. Yeah, that's awesome. Pencils, Jack Kirby. Inks, Al Milgrom. So the script for the story inside is by Steve Englehart. Looks like the plot assist is Steve Englehart, written by Mike Friedrich. And the pencils interiors are by Chick Stone. Vince Coletta did the interior inks. But that cover, it's Kirby with inks by Al Milgrom. It's awesome. Beautiful. Wow, I'm so sorry that my voice is so dry. I got these 2 comics, these last 2 for $2 a piece. This is one of my favorite issues of Paul Pope, from Paul Pope 100%. It's a 5-issue limited series. This one is, I think, 2002, right? Yeah, right here, September 2002 cover date. Ran for 5 issues. It's black and white, and it's like New York City in the future. The Cat Shack is the club where everything goes down, and there's been so many different types of perversions or fetishes or things that have been on display that people have had access to through technology that now people become just so kind of numb to it to a certain extent. That's just a subplot, like an environmental aspect that he's thrown in. He's thrown in a lot of futurist concepts of people texting, and not that was new at the time, but just how people are communicating with these video phones and working in a restaurant in the future. This dancer is attaching these wires onto her that will make her body look like she is on fire while consuming this substance with these attachments, these wires attached onto her body that will allow people, because they've been so used to all these fetishes and whatever different types of turn-ons people are having be in display. Now the thing is at these clubs is people's gastrointestinal movements will be projected onto these screens or into a hologram. They're called these gastro clubs, and they have these dancers that do this with their intestines, these holograms in the background, while she's doing some other routine, whatever it is. And you got this other girl. She's fallen in love. She's got this ex-boyfriend, I guess. He's some boxer trying to get a hold of her, and she runs the dancers. Her brother Elroy. This is my main point of this story. He's got a crush on this bartender from the club, Cat Shack, Kim. They're at this show where this woman is basically just destroying eggs naked on stage. Yeah, that's one act. But there's a subplot too with this guy, this busboy, and one of the dancers. This romance. Anyway, he does this artwork with teapots. The places that he's been, the different types of artists that he's introducing you to, different subcultures. Still reminds me of people that I've met along the way in life. All the places I've been at. These scenes, these shots of people going through cities, alleyways, neighborhoods and stuff in the winter. Reminds me of like when I was in Providence in the winter, or Seattle, visiting New York City, Detroit, places in Europe. But most importantly, the types of people, when I just took a chance going to different types of coffee shops, bars, neighborhoods, restaurants, places to grab a bagel, whatever. The different types of people that I would run into, just giving somebody a chance to say hi. Hanging out, in a public place, whatever. But you meet people, and this one character in here is this artist, Elroy, and he does this artwork with tens of these different types of teapots. And he's got this abandoned silo, a grain silo, and he is displaying them in as part of this artwork. And when they all go off at the same time, they'll build up the story, the display that Paul Pope pulls off. This is 2002, so he's been at it for a good 10 years in the business. So it shows. And it's a great comic about just life and meeting people and different artistic subcultures that you might not normally be exposed to or have to be put on display in mainstream media. Not that it's anything wrong, but just there's only so much room and things are going through changes right now. So who knows, something like Paul Pope's 100%, I could easily see be put in some type of anthology, or if it was made into live action or computer animation. But at the end of the day, it's meant to be sequential. That being said, did the cover for Headlopper. This came out in 2017. It's the B cover, and it's just it's a great comic. I featured I think a few videos ago when I was in Detroit. I showed off how I got the trade paperback, like the first 5 or 6 issues of Headlopper. Alexis Sarit, he's known for doing a lot of covers, but he did do the interiors for the Space Rider series. I think they've done 3 volumes at this point from Black Mask. It's not political. It's a fun, edgy take on kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, or just something new that is non-mainstream, but not trying to be too avant or political. Just seriously fun and kick-ass read. Space Rider, Alexis Sarit. Once you see Alexis Sarit, you'll start to notice him on other B covers that he does around town. So check it out. Headlopper, I don't want to go too much into it. It's just a great, fun read. This guy, he's just like a badass demigod. I featured the first few issues. That was in a trade paperback when I was doing that vid in Detroit. So that's my haul from COBALT Comics in Aurora, Colorado. Thanks for watching. I've already read the Paul Pope 100%, reread it. Gonna do this one next. And I still gotta finish that Black Panther trade paperback. I just finished finally my Jack Kirby King of Comics book. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be safe. Peace.